Since you asked, Rims asked about game guides. What about game guides? I don't know, something about game guides. The reason that this came up was a conversation around Myst and how game design has changed in a world where everybody has access to all of the answers to everything. So back when Myst was made 400 years ago, this is a great example. This answer is fully available. I could type on the keyboard right now and I could find out when Myst came out, but I'm super lazy. I'm not going to do that. So 400 years ago, Myst came out. Puzzle game, adventure game, and people that played it had to engage with these puzzles and figure out the game and find their way through it, presumably derive some kind of satisfaction from completing all of these puzzles and getting to the end of it. Myst was re-released more recently, a year or two ago, in a whole different world where you present someone with a puzzle and all they need to do is pick up their phone or look on their PC and the answer's right there for them. But do you? So for me, I consider YouTube guides and things like that to be cheating, but I'm archaic, so I stick to old ways. I'm used to learning to play games for myself and I take a certain satisfaction from that. Even with that in mind, if I get to a point that's a challenge or a boss that's annoying or something like that, the temptation to go onto YouTube and just find the answer is very real. I do think it must be really difficult as a consideration for the people that are making games. When you're putting a puzzle together, I think a well-designed game, for me, the puzzle shouldn't be too obtuse. The answers definitely have to exist within the game in some kind of intuitive way for the player to keep progressing. But if you're designing a game and you know that your audience can just hop onto YouTube, get the answer and punch it into the game, it must be a pain in the arse to consider how to make it fun, make it satisfying for that audience that's just going to cheat. And people will cheat. People don't necessarily do what's in their best interest long term. I've seen it many times on RPGs where you'll have a low-level character facing a challenging boss or a dungeon, and an end-game character will offer them help to beat that boss or whatever else. And they'll almost always say yes, because that's the path of least resistance to getting what they want. And they want to complete that quest, kill that boss, do that dungeon. High-level player will just carry them through it. That's great. Almost invariably, after they've done that for a while, they'll realize that actually that game's not that much fun to them. They're just like being carried through everything and they're not having a good time. But it is an appealing choice when it's available. The YouTube guides are like that high-level player. They're just there. They're available for everyone. You can get your answer. You can get your quick satisfaction. A lot of people will do it, and they may inadvertently spoil a few games for themselves along the way. Does that answer the question at all? Probably not. Guides, I don't use them. If you use them, you are a filthy cheat who has to start all of your games over again. Although if you still use the guides, you've probably still got some of that knowledge in your noggin. You're going to have to start your games over again. No, there's no hope for you. Sorry, if you've used the guide, your achievement points and trophies and all of that, they don't count. Any personal satisfaction that you took from finishing those games, you just give yourself a few lashings until you feel like you've paid enough penance to get on with your life. Guides.